3 steps ahead. See, I could do it too, and it wasn't really funny the first time either. Okay, so I know it's been like a good few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to like bring this up again, and I apologize for having to do the video in this way, but Nickocado Avocado recently brought out another video where he was being rather coy in the title about getting gender reassignment surgery, or if anything, I think it's more behind the scenes stuff of when he got like his plastic surgery more than anything, the more I think about it. The only thing that's a little bit ambiguous, so to speak, is like the date, because the date in which he was like minutes from going under the knife, he was, going 2 steps ahead, in that sort of like kind of arrogant way he does. But then that's kind of like the whole reason I want to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm starting to suspect Niccocado's sort of shtick about gender and about weight loss. I think all of this is a bit of a grift. Somebody did point that out to me like a couple of days ago, but now I'm thoroughly convinced that Nick did this for one reason and for one reason only, because he was going to get the money back on getting all the surgery done. Because I refuse to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that Nick really did lose well over 250 pounds through exercise and healthy eating. I think he lost it all just via surgery. And the money he was going to make off the videos where he revealed how much weight he lost, he knew before anything else he was going to get the money back from what he paid on surgery. You may argue he wouldn't, ladies and gentlemen, but, well, considering Nick's audience and considering the enormous revelation of losing that amount of weight when everybody thought he was just going to mukbang himself to death, is it any surprise, ladies and gentlemen, that such a huge revelation would come out that, guess what? He'd sorted all of this out himself. In fact, he sorted it out so well that he conveyed a narrative in which he was always going to be the one on top. He was always going to win. A self-indulgent, gluttonous mound of deviousness, ladies and gentlemen, to say the least. But that's why, whenever there's now subject matter of like Nick getting reassignment surgery or whatnot, I always lean on the side of I don't really believe it. And I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Because I've got a good friend who hasn't so much gone under reassignment surgery, but rather they sort of want to do some sort of like, I don't even know what to describe it as. It's more sort of they want to remain their birth gender, but they also want to like have certain parts of their body enhanced so that it is increasingly more feminine. But they also basically I don't know what the correct way to phrase this, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't really want to disrespect anybody. Basically, my friend wants to keep his extremely toned back, but to also have like at least F cups in front. That's sort of what it's going about. And guess what? I told him, you know what? Live and let live. You don't need me here to tell you that's what you want to do. You should be able to make your decision. It's not like he ever came to me for my suggestion about what to do, anything like that. I always told him, you know what? If you should always feel comfortable in your own skin. You should always feel that you shouldn't have to peer pressure yourself into thinking that if you do this, then more people will, look at you in a certain way or stuff like that. And bear in mind, he's had, like, the surgery and all that. He's, been to hell and back with, the pain from recovering from, I think it's at least 2 surgeries I think he sort of had to have for that sort of thing. But because I don't know too much about it myself, because it's not really the sort of thing I would do. I think that makes sense. Well, because it's just how it is. Anyway, the point I'm going to make about Nick, and I'm just going to keep this relatively short because, the reason why I'm actually lying in bed is also because it's like It's 5 past midnight, and I should have been asleep 2 hours ago. It's that. What do you guys think? Do you think Nick is, like, legitimate about the things he says? Or do you think that, well, this is just for the sake of getting about as much out there as he can? Because I don't disbelieve the idea that Nick can just do this wherever he wants. But I also am starting to sense a pattern, ladies and gentlemen, that, well, all this 2 steps ahead lark, there will come a day when, guess what? Nick will fall backwards. Nick may feel that he is on top of the world, but as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, nobody stays on top forever.